Just moments ago, James Harden talked about it with the media.
Hey, James. I believe you've attempted 11 free throws in 4 of the last 5 games. Just wondering if you've noticed a difference in the way you've been officiated, or if you've just been more aggressive.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to attack the basket.
James, I got 2 for you. Just what started to work for you guys towards the end of the second quarter into that big third quarter you guys had?
Our spirit, our energy. You know, we got after defensively. I think the first quarter, 41 points. We had 25. Like 25, you know, that's 100 points again in a game. That's more than good enough to win. But 41 points, it's unacceptable. And so we wanted to tighten up. In the second and third, we held them at 42 in both of those quarters. So our defensive communication picked up, our intensity, our spirit, all that together picked up, and guys just gained their confidence.
And then Marcus had those 2 big baskets down the stretch. Were you looking for him intentionally, or was that just a product of the defense was giving you?
I mean, I couldn't finish. I had plenty of opportunities. LA had it going, and he got over 20,000 points. You know, he can score the ball. So I just took my time, fed him, and he made the right decision and you know, took us home.
James, there have been a number of guys that are kind of struggling with their shot a little bit and confidence on the shot. How have you communicated with them? Because Jevon knocked some down tonight. Other guys got it going. What's the communication been like as far as having guys just stick with it?
You got to keep shooting. You got to keep shooting. Like, if your confidence in your shot isn't there, you might as well not be on the floor. So it's funny because even this morning I talked to Jevon. You know, he works his butt off every single day. Yesterday, put up 500 shots. Today, 500 shots. He wants to just keep shooting. But I'm like, I got to carry over to the game. So I'm like, if you miss one shot, you know, don't put your head down. And he missed his first 3. And they went in the zone. He missed his first 3. And I think it was a timeout after that. I said, keep shooting. I said, stick the landing and knock it down. And have confidence. Know it's going to go in. Like, make sure it go in. And the next one he made. And just that confidence right there that, you know, that we need from each individual guy is going to take us a long way.
Before the game, Steve said he just wanted James to be James. But did you feel, you know, extra responsibility and kind of pressure, you know, with no KD out there tonight to kind of carry things and make it happen?
I don't think it's never pressure. I think just probably had to do a little bit more as far as being aggressive. And I had a lot of good looks as far as layups, floaters that just didn't go in. But I think I had some pretty good shots. I think we did a really good job, especially from the second quarter on, of getting great shots defensively. We locked in. And, you know, guys stepped up tonight, honestly. You know, James did a really good job. Obviously, LaMarcus, you know, closed the game out. Patty did what he does. Blake, you know, finished well at the rim. So it was a collective, you know, effort. You know, we knew we had guys out. So, you know, somebody had to step up, and it was a few of them.
You mentioned James. I mean, what do you think about him? Not just the way he played, but also kind of, you know, putting the ball on the floor, maybe doing some things he doesn't usually do.
Yeah, I mean, he brings a different dynamic to our team. That playmaking, that ball handling, dribbling at our shooters, finishing around the rim. He can do a little bit of everything, and he's going to be a key part, you know, of where we're trying to go. But tonight he looked very good.
Frank, James Johnson coming in, played 8 games prior to tonight. So this was his 9th game for the Nets this season in his first year with the team. He had 6 total points, and tonight he goes for 17.
Yeah, and it was huge. He was 8 of 11, gives you 17 points, 10 rebounds off the bench. I thought it was great to see him attacking the basket, but how about this? Stepped outside, took 2 3-pointers, knocked down that one right there, and I thought this was a big play late in the game. Again, attacking the basket, going after some of the big guys there, Franz Wagner and Mo Bamba.
Yeah, and we saw those plays by Johnson. He finishes with the 17 points, the 10 rebounds. That's also a Nets high for him. James Harden was the leading scorer. He had 36. Let's hear the thoughts from James Johnson after this 2-point win.
James, after a slow start to this one, what did it take in the second half to kind of turn things around? You outscored them 37-21 in that third quarter.
Orlando's a scrappy team. We knew that. They were going to come out energized, especially after they win against the Knicks. You know, they were rolling a little bit. You know, Coach Mo's got them rolling over there, so we knew they were going to come out with confidence. We took that punch, and we did what we did. We gathered up, you know, and played our basketball.
season high in scoring for you. How satisfying is it knowing that, you know, everybody needed to step up with so many guys down? Bruce Brown goes down during the game too, but with your performance, how satisfying was it to contribute the way that you did?
Whatever it takes for us to win, you know, that's what I'm here for. You know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it takes. Today I was fortunate enough to play and contribute and give my guys some shots.
James, how big was LaMarcus for you guys on the stretch? You had those 2 baskets the final minute to kind of seal the win.
He been doing that forever. Like I said, I'm happy he's off my scouting report and on my team now, man. He's tough. He been hitting clutch buckets like that his whole career. And, you know, the maestro James Harden was not reluctant to find him down the stretch and shows a lot of character in his leadership as well.
And just what worked for you guys on that 10-0 run towards the end of the second quarter and then into that big third quarter?
Just believing our defensive schemes and executing it. You know, we wasn't really executing, we wasn't really talking. Like I said, as soon as we buckled down, realized that this team was in here for real, then we figured it out.
And it's a little ginger.
And then James Johnson with the double-double for you guys. What did you see to him tonight?
I mean, just great competitiveness, playing for the team. Spirit was great. You know, obviously he can do some playmaking out there. He can attack the basket with his quickness and size, and he rebounded the ball for us. So huge effort from him and everyone pitched in. It was not an easy game for us, and you know, we had to find a way to make it happen with a lot of kind of non-shooting lineups. You know, the paint is crowded, and it wasn't easy for James to get in there. So our guys, I thought, were great at finding solutions, continuing to play, driving the ball to the basket, getting stops when needed, and just figuring out different ways to get it done.
Coach, I know the repetition helps, but what are you seeing with the group that's out there on the floor when James is not out there? What kind of chemistry do you see building, and how do you see them finding ways to do what they need to do?
Yeah, you know, I thought it was pretty good for moments in the second, but you know, tough in the fourth there to start the fourth. But that's also a group out there in the fourth that I don't believe has ever played together. A lot of guys that haven't been, you know, on the floor much, and let alone together. So it takes time. But you know, I thought they hung in there, fought in that fourth quarter stretch, and you know, they definitely you know, had the spirit that it took tonight to compete and keep us in it at times.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
James has attempted at least 11 free throws in 4 of the last 5 games. I'm just wondering if you've seen any shift in the way he's being officiated, or is it just a byproduct of him being more aggressive and getting to his spots?
I think both. I do think, though, that the referees are starting to figure out, you know, what's still a foul, what's still a basketball foul, and what's a non-basketball play, or whatever the mandate says. I think early it was difficult, you know, for them to know where the line was, and now, you know, he's such a you know, difficult guy to cover with his size, speed, quickness, ability to shoot over anyone from 3 that, you know, guys have to get too close to him, and then he's so strong that once he gets a slight angle on you or step on you, you know, it's almost impossible not to foul him, because if it's either get out of the way or you're going to draw contact. So, you know, that's what makes him brilliant, is his ability to penetrate, to take contact, and to, you know, be able to dictate what happens when that contact happens.
James said something the other day about how this is a group, that kind of a broader question than just this game, but he said something the other day about how this is a group that's still figuring out who it is, what it can be great at. I'm curious, from your perspective, do you see that as something that this team is still sort of working through and figuring out, and how do you